This is Justin with a scoop on SPX for Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. So let's zoom in on, first of all, the 3 minute here. So we had actually a really big gap up, pulled back a bit. There's some crazy channels in here, which is just really phenomenal. Let me see if I can draw a couple of them in real quick. That's not what I wanted to do. Draw it like this. Okay, so you got some angles like that, and then kind of going up like this, and then going sideways here, and then steep down, or you can kind of draw more of an angle like this, and then again, really sideways here. And over here, I thought for sure we were going to go lower, and we did not. And we had a crazy rally up to end the day. So that's kind of the framework of the day. Most of it's contained. A little bit right here is not. And okay, so with that kind of consideration of how the day was, like I said, over here with like what, an hour, a little under an hour left in the day, this was an incredibly bearish candle. Looked like we were rolling over, we were rejected. Um, the area we had gotten back up to after that, after that's what we do. Let me get over to the daily. Yeah, so we came right back up here into uh, the the low from Friday, and looked like we were just retesting that, and then we were rolling over. And we came right back down to about the 2021 moving average and really into yesterday's high. And we just got stuck there. And then we just rallied crazily. Like this is almost all bull candles, 3 minute candles. So from about 215. So that's all but one candle. So one was red and the other 14 candles here. So that's, 45 minutes of buying, except for a 3 minute candle that was selling. That's phenomenal buying. It's crazy. So bulls were clearly here. Uh, I lost on a trade looking for this to continue bearish, and was in some other trades today too. But that was just one. It's just like, okay, we're right. If we take out this low, we're pushing. We're going to continue to just push lower, and I was wrong. I was in the 64.10 put, and I should have been getting into. It was either that, or it's like, could we bounce here and get into the 64.30 call? And so I didn't get into that one, but I did get into the put and ended up losing. But I lost small, so that was fine. Uh, what I wanted to do is actually zoom back out and look at the 64.25 call and the 64.25 put, both of which, I'm going to hold the cursor in here, both of which came down and had an easy entry at about 2, and you could have risked $100. So buy at 2, stop at 1, and you could have done that multiple times today. So uh, you could have done that right in here and just rode that up, buy at 2 and double the option up to 4, even a little bit higher, up to, little more, maybe not quite up to 6, but could have gone and bought that. Could have bought again here, do the same thing, or this one went a little bit higher. I think I'm on a log scale on both of these options just to try and squeeze things in and see some of the detail here. And then again, buy here at 2. And this one ended up running past 10, but you wouldn't have known to really hold it that high. But all these would have worked to buy at 2, double the option, sell at 4, buy at 2, sell at 4, buy at 2, sell at 4. Um, they were increasing in height here. So they kept pushing a little bit higher up. So this one you could have gotten out at 5, this one you could have gotten out at about 7, and this one you could have gotten out at, 9 even. So 5, 7, 9. So you're increasing and getting another, um, you know, getting an increase of $200 for each contract. So just a number of things there. And then also on the call side, right at the end of the day, buy it 2 and just hang on for the ride. And I don't know that anybody would have bought at 2 and held on all the way into the close. The very last minute, if you actually go down to a minute chart, had a nice spike, and that's what really pushed this candle up to close at about 23. maybe you could have closed it at 20, but it's really holding on to the last minute with something like this. And there can be so much movement in the last minute. Probably more likely we're locking in a gain around here, maybe the previous high here, um, which was closer to like 16, if you even held that far. It's really hard to do. It's really like you'd be looking for, okay, here's a level of resistance on SPY. So you're getting out around this price on SPY, around 64.40. And at that point, you're about 10 points into the money. So you're getting out about 10. No, I'm sorry, that's about 15 points into the money. So we're looking at the 64.25. So that's about 15 points, maybe you're getting out there, but the option moved quite a bit more, like three more candles worth in that time. So probably it would have been here, would have had to have been 15. I don't know. Maybe something's off with, or I'm looking at the log scale. That's what's throwing me off. I turn off the log scale, maybe I'd be able to see the number right. So let's go look in that. Just maximize this. Yeah, so that's around 15. This previous high, it's around 15. So there you go. And that candle or high of this candle is right around 15 for the high. Yeah, that is 15 for the high. So it's just another place to be looking to get out based on where the previous high was here. Um, but even with that downtrend channel that I kind of drew in here, maybe you're not looking at that high. Maybe you're looking at this high, and then you're out here where you're 10 points or $10 into the money. So that's around this price here. So a number of different ways to play this. How could you have planned it that way? How could you have known in advance? Like I said, I was looking for this to roll over and just continue to sink the rest of the day. It didn't. If you had bought a slightly different option, so I was looking at the 64.30, and that one came in and put in a low. See, now this is the problem with the log scale. Let me see if I can fix this. All right, so came down and put in a low of 0.5. So I could have gotten two contracts here at 0.5, risked $100 there, and then on the put, the one that I actually did, 64.10, that's the one where I was buying. So we're right into this previous level here. I think it was buying, it's like 2:15 Central Time. So buying around here, I think I bought for, yeah, I think I got filled here for $1. So just buying one there. So I could have risked, I could have gone both directions, bought two contracts of the calls, one contract of the put, been about 10 points out of the money on each one, knowing that there's a lot of consolidation. The squeeze is on, and I should be right one way or the other as long as it moves. It should really move. And so we saw, that's the other thing here. We saw yesterday, Tuesday, we had a nice rally from about a little before 2 o'clock, about 2 o'clock on. Today we had a rally from a little bit after 2 o'clock on. Are we going to get a rally tomorrow, Thursday, from about 2 o'clock or around that and moving on up? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how things play out. Um, but yeah, I'm just seeing similarities with some rallies. So the bulls were buying yesterday, the bulls were buying today around that last hour. Today looked much stronger. Um, there's a number of things you can even look at with this. We were talking about inverted head and shoulders yesterday. Today we have a regular, um, uh, that's not the right drawing. We have a regular head and shoulders. I need to switch back to the squiggle line. There we go. So like, that's not the squiggle line. Why is it not cooperating? Draw with the line. There we go. There's the head and then multiple shoulders. Here we go. So anyway, it could have been a neckline like that, and then it consolidates all through here and expected it to go lower. It did not. It went higher. Um, there you go. So a lot of different things happening with the movements yesterday and today. And let me go back to the daily, because at one point, like I said, I was looking at this being a really strong bear candle. As it was rallying back up, I'm like, is this going to really turn to a positive candle? And I was looking for something similar. I kind of thought July 22nd was a similar candle, with it right around the 5 exponential. So today we closed a little bit lower than than that in regard to the 5 exponential. Um, the next day after we of in July, so the 23rd July, we had a nice little gap up. Um, the futures are up right now. We'll see if that holds. To see if we continue moving on up. If we gap up again, we're looking for at this point if this is a shoulder and this is a head and this is another shoulder forming, or are we going to continue a rally and put in a new all-time high again? We're not far from that, so I don't want to bet against that. Um, but you can clearly see there's a lot of buyers in here with the lower wicks we had yesterday and today. And the same kind of close, like just a rally into the close. It's like, oh, I should have known. Well, yeah, maybe. Or maybe you just kind of trade what it's setting up, and then you learn from it. So today I learned that it would have been better to do, I can always never remember if it's straddle or a strangle is the note, where you buy both directions expecting a move. Could have done that into the close, and the loss on one direction would have completely been covered by the win in the other direction. No doubt about that. So if you had bought both $10, 10 points out of the money, those strikes would have worked out great because it really went bullish strongly, but it also could have really gone bearish strongly, either one. Um, I guess we did have some other support here. The high or close of yesterday, the 21 exponential, and I'm sure there's some other things, but maybe I should have been a little more a little more bullish today rather than expecting some more selling to come in later after it really did a bunch of selling during the day. Anyway, wanted to keep this one short, but it's longer than I meant to. Hope this helps. This is Justin. Thanks.